evidence of this getting out of recession. You do remember that the CEO of financial derivatives, Bismarck Rwani, was on one of our programs, and he said that there is a birth rate of 14 million
mouths every day.
No, 14,000 births every day, every day. And if we're to get out of that, we have to either halve the number of births per day and increase production by means of industrialization of agriculture and what have you. How do we gain on those advices, should I say, that he has preferred?
Let me put it this way: you need to be consistent. First of all, this is 0.55%. You need to begin on a. Hopefully, this is the growth. You know, when you get into recession, you've gone below ground zero. That's what it means. Okay, yeah. So, what you just done is have dug out of the hole. I remember in 2015, in Nigerian Economist Summit Group, I think the picture was painted that going down wasn't the best thing, because any growth that happens below ground zero is growth, but you are still not on the platform. Okay, so thankfully we are now out of the ground. You are now on the ground, and then there's a marginal growth. South Africa, I understand, grew by 2.5 or 2.8%. You know, yet they still have a challenge. Not talk about you that's growing at 0.5%. Now, and that's what I'm talking about, Gimba, about holistic and sovereign strategy. If you know your birth rate and you're growing at this rate, this is negative growth at the end of the day. So that is why I'm speaking about a collective and holistic picture. It's called a bird's eye view. There's a guy you invited here once, and he made a very elucidating presentation on how you need to have a body that looks at all the various segments of governance. Some guys who call them puppeteers. You do this, they pull this up, they pull this down, and these are driven by policy. And again, this is also driven by vision. So yes, we have this figure, and everybody is happy that we're out of it. But the next thing now is, how do you maintain this growth trajectory? You must look at your agriculture and make sure that your investment in agriculture does really go down to those who are doing agriculture. You must bridge the gap between primordial commodities and manufacturing. You must find a way to invest your resources and your people in manufacturing.
Isn't that, I know you said that, yes, papers, they can come up with as much papers as they will like, but you are interested in implementation.
Yes, please.
But then you also have to look at that paper, because if it's not properly drafted, you'll be implementing.
There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that.
And that ERGP, part of their vision, they say they want to ensure a sustained inclusive growth. They want to leverage on the power of the private sector, and so they're working assiduously. They invite some eggheads to have meetings, pick their brains, and see what they can do about that. So those are some encouraging signs that they're demonstrating that we really need to get this up and running.
I totally agree with you. And I remember when the ERGP document was launched, I think the first 1 or 2 calls was made, and people came in. I mean, I wasn't invited, so I don't know whether that has been consistent. You know how it is.
After that,
you don't know whether they have continued or they just said, well, we've done the cameras and
what would you like to see to assure you that, yes, they are consistent about that?
No, look, listen, I've been here several times. I'm saying that this is good news. Now, if the president has even said it, no matter the numbers you guys throw up at me, I want to see the average Nigerian heave a sigh of relief. They want to see the president on television, and they want to hug the television.
So he's charged his lieutenants now.
It's not charged. He's just saying, guys, thank you for which
of the ministers wouldn't pick that and say, I have to get back to work?
And you must give the president some kudos. When the guys came with all these economics of the exchange rate and whatever, he said, listen, guys, you're speaking over my head. He's someone apparently who's not carried away by all these statistics. He is interested in physically seeing this. Hopefully, that is interested in seeing, these numbers translate in quality and quality.
Have you seen any impact of this in the States?
Listen, apart from Lagos State, maybe because I live in Lagos State and I can see that they are in a hurry. They are really, even though you can question those things, because I mean, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is a king, you know. But apart from Lagos State, you know, I think the states are absolutely carried away by this monthly visit. This, you know, monthly visit.
The allocation, how can they break away from that?
Restructure the country.
So we're down to restructuring.
Listen,
again.
You cannot throw a bone and the dogs start running towards the bone. You start asking, hey, why are these dogs running? You are the one that triggered the race in the first instance. Restructure the country. You'll be shocked.
Is there a relationship?
Those states you think have nothing that will suffer.
I'm sorry, let me just button in very quickly. Is there a correlation between getting out of recession and restructuring?
It will make a lot of difference if people are in control of the resources that will determine their growth trajectory.